If your air conditioner just is not putting out cold the way it used to, if it runs and runs all afternoon and never quite catches up, and your power bill keeps climbing while it does it, let me tell you what is almost certainly wrong. It is not what the fellow trying to sell you a new system is going to say. 9 times out of 10, that machine is not dying. It just cannot breathe. I am going to show you the exact half-hour job that fixes it, with about $10 of stuff from any hardware store. And I am going to clear up 3 things people get wrong that cost them a small fortune. Do this once a year, and you will pull real money off your summer bill and add years, honest years, to the life of the machine. My name is Richard Nakamura. I grew up in a Japanese house in Ohio, and I spent 30 years as a repairman, hauling air conditioners out to the curb. Let me give you the truth those 30 years taught me. Most of the units I carried off were not broken. They were filthy. Somebody had been quoted $5,000 for a whole new system when what they actually needed was a $10 can of cleaner and half an afternoon. Let me show you what is really going on inside that box out beside your house. The coils in an air conditioner have one job: to take the heat from inside your home and dump it out into the yard. For that to happen, air has to move freely through them, across thousands of thin metal fins packed close together. Over a single summer, those fins fill up with dust, grass clippings, cottonwood fluff, whatever blows across your yard. Once they are choked, the heat has nowhere to go. So the machine runs longer and works harder, burning power the whole time, and still never gets your living room where you set it. This is not some small difference you can shrug off. The Department of Energy says a dirty condenser coil can push your compressor's energy use up by as much as 30%. The EPA went and measured it and found that a film of dirt just 0.04 of an inch thick, thinner than anything your eye would even catch, drops the efficiency of the whole system by 21%. You are paying for that every single month, and the machine is grinding itself to an early grave while you do. Now, nobody on Earth understands cooling better than the Japanese. The biggest air conditioning company in the world is Daikin, out of Osaka. Mitsubishi, Fujitsu, some of the finest, longest-lasting machines ever built, come out of Japan, engineered to run clean and quiet for decades. But even the best machine ever made cannot breathe through a coil packed solid with dirt. The Japanese have a word for exactly this, one my mother used all the time: mottainai. It means you do not throw away a good thing. You take care of it, and it takes care of you right back. A unit that gets cleaned once a year runs 20, 25 years and more. A unit nobody ever touches is dead in 10 or 12, and it gets hauled off to the curb by some fellow like me. So when you see 30 years in the title of this video, I will be straight with you, the way I always am. I mean a machine that is actually looked after, not magic, just care. Let me give you one job I have never been able to forget. A woman calls me out, certain her system is finished, and she has already got a quote in her hand for a brand new one, a big, ugly number. I walk around back to her unit, and I can barely find the metal. The whole coil is one solid gray mat of cottonwood fluff, packed in tight as felt. I peeled it off, gave the coils a good wash, and put my meter on it. That machine went right back to running like the day it was installed. She had been one signature away from paying thousands to replace a unit that just needed a bath. That right there is the whole reason I make these. So let me walk you through it, step by step. Step 1. And do not you dare skip this one. Kill the power. Do not trust the thermostat inside the house. That is not good enough. Right next to the unit outside, there is a metal box on the wall, the disconnect. Open it up, and inside, there is a pull block or a handle. Pull it straight out, and now no electricity can reach that machine no matter what happens. I like to set that block right up on top of the unit, where I cannot possibly forget to put it back when I am done. Then close that disconnect box back up, because we are about to be throwing water around, and you do not want any getting in there. Step 2. Clear out the loose junk. Down in the bottom of the unit there is a pan, and if your machine sits anywhere near a tree, that pan is full of leaves and dirt and the odd dead bug. Take a shop vac and suck all of it out. While you are down there, find the little drain holes at the very bottom and make sure they are clear, so water can actually run out instead of pooling up inside. Now, do you need to take the whole top off the unit? For most folks doing a simple yearly cleaning, no, you do not. A good rinse from the outside does the job, but there is one case where you should lift it. Some units have a double row of coils, one sitting right behind the other, and if you only rinse the outside, you are only cleaning the outer row. So if yours has been neglected for years, or you know it has that double wall of coils, take the top off to get at the inside. If you do, go slow, because there are wires and the fan attached to that lid. Do not yank it, and do not bend those fan blades, or your machine will run loud and rough from then on. And that brings me to the first thing people get wrong. Folks look at the unit, see they can still see through the fins, and figure it must be clean enough. It is not. Remember that 0.04 of an inch the EPA measured the film too thin to even see. That is already costing you real money. So do not talk yourself out of this job just because it looks all right from the driveway. Step 3, the wash, and this is where most of the damage gets done by people who are only trying to help. Use a plain garden hose on a gentle shower setting. Do not, and I mean do not ever, put a pressure washer on those coils. Those aluminum fins are thin as paper. A pressure washer folds them flat, and once they are folded shut, air cannot pass through them at all, and you have gone and created the exact problem you were trying to fix. Only now it is permanent. Gentle water, sprayed straight through the fins, never at an angle. If you did open it up, spray from the inside out, because the dirt came in from the outside and you want to push it back the way it came, not drive it deeper. The second thing people get wrong is thinking you have to buy a special chemical cleaner every single time. You do not. For a yearly rinse, plain water does most of the work, and the machine makers themselves will tell you that. Save the foaming coil cleaner for when it is really packed solid or grown over with mold from years of neglect. A can runs about $10. If you do use it, the most important step is rinsing every last bit of it back off, because that foam left sitting on the metal will actually corrode the aluminum over time. Wear gloves and a pair of glasses when you spray it, because it likes to kick back at your face. And while I have got you, the third thing, because this one is about your wallet. Somebody may have told you that you have to buy the HVAC company's yearly maintenance plan, or you will void your warranty. That is simply not true. The company that made your machine does not care one bit who cleans it. They only care that it got kept up. You doing this yourself keeps that warranty every bit as good as paying a man $200 to do the same job you just watched me do. Once it is clean and rinsed, take one more look at those drain holes to be sure they are still clear. Put the top back on if you took it off, minding those wires so you do not pinch one of them. If there are screws, turn them down by hand. Do not run them in with a drill, because you will strip the metal and then the lid never sits tight again. Then walk back over to the disconnect and put the power back in. And that is the whole thing. Do this once a year. Twice if you live under a lot of trees or out in dusty country, and you will feel the difference on the very first hot afternoon. The machine catches up quicker, it shuts off sooner, and that shows up right there on your bill. $10 in half an afternoon against a $5,000 replacement is about the finest trade there is anywhere in this house. Tell me down in the comments how old your unit is and whether you have ever once cleaned that coil in all the years you have had it. And if you want the next one, I will show you how to change the one little part that kills more air conditioners than anything else, always on the first really hot day of summer. It is a thing called the capacitor, and you can do it yourself for about $15 instead of a service call. My grandmother used to tell me about Marenai. It means nothing good should ever be wasted. Not the thing in your hands, and not the knowing of how to keep it.